going on, y'all? Welcome to another edition of the B.TS Show. I'm your host, Christopher J. Today we are going to do an all-world reaction to Lapeef Let's Talk. Thank you guys for tuning in. I greatly appreciate that. Want to let you guys know before we get into the topics of tonight, and I promise you guys I'm a little bit more prepared than the last time we did this. Want to let you guys know that today's there we go. Today's episode is brought to you by FNX. If you guys are looking to lose weight or gain weight in the most healthiest way possible, FNX is the way for you to go. Now, usually when people hear me say looking to lose weight or gain weight in the most healthiest way possible, typically a lot of people don't understand what I mean when I say that. So I wanted to take a moment to show you guys. So let's give this a little bit more time. There we go. When you guys go to FNX, the link is located in the description, by the way. They have your options, your categories. Right here, you have weight loss. Right over here, you have performance. Here, you have health and wellness. And here, you have muscle gain. So, let's say if your New Year's resolution is to lose weight. Let's go to weight loss and see what they have for you. Now, in the weight loss segment, you have all these supplements that's going to help you on your journey to get there. You have Refuel, Rebalance, Restart, Clear Oil. You guys see me promote that several times. And you have other options that can help you in your journey. So yes, you have 4 categories to choose from. Now, if you're like me, you like to rock out the gear, just to let everybody know who is playing a part in your fitness journey. Well, let's see what we got in the clothing department. Some of you guys have seen me with this hat before. And as you guys can see, some of these items are running out fast. But don't worry. One thing I do know is as quick as they get rid of them, as quick as some more new ones come in. So don't you trip. Go ahead and browse through the website at your will. Of course, I'm playing. But for real, FNX, you're trying to get your body right. You're trying to get your mental correct. Please go to FNX, click the link. It is in the description. And once you fill up your shop cart, remember the promo code is BTSI for 15% off. Again, BTSI for 15% off at checkout. Now, let's go ahead and get started with today's show. Now, it was a real great show tonight. And that's what I forgot to do. I forgot to have that whatchamacallit prep, but it is all good. Let me take a moment and do that. And I do want to let you know, although we are talking about Lapeef tonight, I do want to let my wrestling fans know at the end, I will be giving you a WWE update. Because I'm going to have to admit, what's going on in WWE right now in real life is better than the storyline that they have. And that's not to shit on the storyline, because that's some great work. But Vince stayed finding himself in situations. But let's go ahead and get started with the show. Now, when we was on, see. I cannot wait to get a MacBook. This is crazy. All right, it's going to act like that. That's cool. What was the first question? The first question of tonight was, is playing hard to get wise or unwise? again, was playing hard to get wise or unwise? I think it is a wise thing to do. I saw no problem. I see no problem with it, and here's why. Because when it comes to women who value themselves, you can't give it up to everybody. Because the more people dip into your cookie jar, um, figuratively speaking, and in some cases, literally speaking, when they dip into your cookie jar, the more they take out, the less value one tends to be. I personally will much rather the woman play hard to get because an easy woman is not worth having. I'm gonna be real. A woman that values herself is not giving herself up to everybody that makes the first move on her. Being conservative is an investment for both parties. Um, Case in point, you have a girl, just mind her own business, or whatever the case may be. A dude's trying to holler at her, a dude's trying to get at her, just like a lot of dudes, or whatever the case may be. She's so valuable, she doesn't have to say yes at the first guy she sees. She has to see is this guy gonna show, what is this guy gonna offer. It's kind of like a interview process. There's a first interview, a second interview, a third interview, so on and so forth. So that way, when you see on CCs that, okay, this is not going to be a waste of time at all. This is actually going to help all of us, both parties, then she'll proceed to let them in, however that looks, by the way. So I personally believe it is wise for a woman to play hard to get. Now, as far as the panel, Trigger Mike said, and shout out to Trigger Mike, H-Town, Nigerian brother. He said it is unwise. You need to be upfront and don't waste my time. I hear what he said. I feel what he said. And usually that's reserved for the men who already got things established. It's like, I ain't got time to waste. What are we doing here? I hear him. I understand though. But still, from the woman's standpoint, you have to present her with something for her to not waste your time. It's men got to take the initiative regarding the women. Here's my 5-year plan, here's my 10-year plan, here's my resume. So are you still going to waste my time or not? Once a woman sees your value and see what you have already accomplished and what you look to accomplish and where she fits in your plan, then that's where she's going to let the walls down and let you in. Now, Trigger myself, for his daughter, he wants a true courtship. All men do. And I got nothing to disagree with that. I don't have a daughter yet, God willing. But yeah, I will definitely want her to go through a form of courtship versus what my wife and I uh, went through. And we didn't go through anything too terrible. Granted, I'll tell a story. Well, we'll go in that in the marriage series, and I put the clips of what transpired us to get married and all that crazy stuff. But I wouldn't want, just saying, I wouldn't want my wife. I wouldn't want, let me say that again. I wouldn't want my daughter to go through the same thing that my wife did. Although it was the best thing that happened to us, I wouldn't want my daughter to go through it. Another thing that Mom 3 said was, first one she said was unwise because don't multiple men, date multiple men and playing hard to get is a bad strategy. Okay, I guess so. Cause why stop there? I think dating multiple men is a bad strategy, a real bad strategy, because to the men, especially a man that gotta sacrifice the most and get the lion's share of the consequences, I don't need somebody that I potentially want to be with entertaining anybody else. Is it me or none of me at all? So I get what she's saying, I guess, but just both things is unwise. Now, Anton said this: a virgin can play hard to get, others can't. Now, I have a problem with that statement. Although he has some validity, here's why I have a problem. Because he brought up about being like a born again virgin, Christian, or becoming a Christian, whatever the case may be, and one of the things he says like, no, I want what that guy had. You're not about to do that. You're not about to hold out on me. If she is not depending on what your religious belief, if she's not of that belief, I hear what you're saying, but excuse me, I would tell women no. You're a changed woman. You want better for yourself, and you're going to get better for yourself, and you can't give in to other people's demands. That's going to pull you back into a lifestyle, especially if they have no assurance that they're going to stay for the long haul. So I hear what Anton's saying, but he's dead wrong on that one. If she gave it up to everybody and she decides to turn her life around, who are you to say, no, go back to that lifestyle and give me what I want? Sorry, I hear what he said. I respect Anton, but I disagree. Anton also said men with kids are more valuable than women with kids, which is actually a fact. That has been proven. Now, I want to say this regarding that. Oops, I'm kicking a stand. Here's how you know that's true. We don't have to go to no strings. We just use the everyday 9 to 5ers. A woman gets pregnant, she can still work. Matter of fact, she could work all the way up into her due date. It's just that after the baby's born, there's a vacant spot. And the company's got to suffer because there's one spot missing. They got to go through the process of hiring somebody, whether it be temporary or full time or whatever the case may be. And if the person is as good as they say they are, and depending if you're at a at will state, if you live in an at will state, you just giving birth could be the cost of your job, depending on how they spin it and cover themselves up from legal ramifications. Whereas a man who has all these kids, nothing stops for him compared to the woman. Let's say his significant other gets pregnant. He's still going to work. Let's say his significant other gives birth. He might miss work for that one day, the day of the birth. And the next day, get back to work. Men are more valuable because they're more needed. Because in a household, all this taken to the household, if a girl gets pregnant, on the man's part, nothing changes. If she gets pregnant, everything changes. And I mean everything. Trust me, I heard the stories and I know from experience. Nothing changed is going to change for the man. Everything will change for the woman. That's one of the reasons why men with children are more valuable than are more valuable than women with children. Because the best ability is availability. Let me say that again. The best ability is availability. And men with kids have more availability than a woman. So that being said, let's skip to the second question. What was it? I like a woman with experience in and out of the bedroom. Look here. I hope no one just wanted to engage in that type of captivity. Emphasis on cap. That dude's he was just air hustling. He just talking just to fill up his roster. And if you fell for that, ladies, you gotta be careful. Like some real shit, you really gotta be careful. That dude was ear hustling. Don't fall for that nonsense. To get to the question, that sounds like that describes a man who don't want to put no work in the bedroom. He wants somebody else to break her off, unlock her, unleash that inner freak inside of her. So that way, when she gets back onto the street, here comes this simp ass dude who want to say, I want a woman with experience in and out of the bedroom. And he tried to pat it up with saying, oh, if she has experience with mental health or come from a hard background and that type of bullshit. Man, you want somebody to break a girl off because you can't do it your damn self. That right there, when I had a problem with. When I watched that video, I was like, who's this simp ass motherfucker? Get him the fuck off the screen. Salute to Jared James. How you doing, brother? Appreciate you for joining. Now, yeah, I personally don't like dudes who want to say what he said. Man, you better go break that woman off. Stop waiting for other guys to do your job as a man. Like, well, you can't live up to certain expectations. You gotta let a man tap in that level. So you can't. You know what? I won't give that out. I'll wait. I'll say that for next month. Um, in that segment, Mommy 3 said this. I want men to value themselves. I want men to value themselves. I'm trying to figure out how men don't. I really am. Because I already said in the last segment how men are more valuable than a man with a child is more valuable than a woman with a child. I already stated that. So I'm trying to figure out, what do you mean? Like, what type of men are you referring to? Because you can't say all men don't value themselves, or you can't even say all black men don't value themselves. Because, yeah, she's going to have to explain that in details. What, you want to talk about money? We make more money than the women. And if you want to say as a whole, can a man make more money and start accumulating some assets? Sure, we can have that conversation. But to say that you want the man to value themselves more as if they're not of value now, kind of crazy. Just a little crazy. Just based off of that delivery and how she said it, it took me aback. It's like, I don't know what this lady talking about, but it is what it is. I love Mommy 3. I don't got no beef with her. Let's take a minute, just a quick break. It ain't gonna take long. You guys have my word. Let's go ahead and pay a bill real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, this episode is brought to you by Brytn Smile. One thing I want you guys to do is continue to prioritize your hygienes and keep your mouth clean. Sometimes some people brush their teeth, they don't get that white feel on their teeth or whatever the case may be, and I get it. And the next doctor's visit is probably a few months out. So what you want to do is get a whitening kit. What does the whitening kit comes with? It comes with the gel pens. It comes with the powder. And one of my favorites is the LED mouthpiece. Yes, once you finish brushing your teeth, you put that LED mouthpiece in for the first, 15 minutes. If I recall correctly, then you press the mouthpiece button again, a different color would choose, and you keep your mouth a little bit longer. You do this to keep your mouth bright and white in between doctor's visit. So please go to the link that's located in the description. Go ahead and put a kit in your shopping cart, and before you check out, the promo code is BTSI for 25% off. Again, BTSI for 25% off. Let's get back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to the third question. Actually, we already answered that. It's actually the title of the episode. Or pertaining to the title of the episode, Steve Harvey tells Lori Harvey, just remember, you are the prize. Just remember, you are the prize. Look here, I like Steve Harvey. I really do. That was my childhood, and see what he has involved himself to. I'm happy for Steve. I really am. And all the kings of comedy. Rest in peace to Bernie Mac. But here's the problem. Like, I don't mind the advice what she said, because that's what a father is supposed to say to a daughter. Stepdaughter, adopted daughter, doesn't matter. This is what a father will want to tell his girl, because his girl is a representation of him. Now, the only thing is that has turned out to be a crock of bullshit. With that statement, her being the prize. Let me take off Lori Harvey, because I don't. I'll be perfectly honest. I can care less about Lori Harvey. But let's get to the topic. Speaking to the topic in general, women are not the prize. Sorry, ladies, I love you, but you're not. Being the provider and protector, men will receive the lion's share of the burden and responsibility of the dependents. I know it hurts, but ladies, just know I'm saying all this out of love. When a woman finds a man willing to take care of her and make her life less stressful, she comes up big as she should. I'm saying, ladies, if you come across a man that's willing to take care of you, whether it be 50% less work that you used to do, or he takes care of you 100%, that's a come up. Just saying. Yeah, ladies, you got the prize. You're not the prize. You got the prize. And that's, and ladies, that's okay to not be the prize, to be the beneficiary of the prize. Now, granted, what it is you're gonna have to show men that you deserve to have them, just like they're going to have to show you that they deserve to be with you. It's a two-way street. That's so. I understand some ladies. You say sorry. Some ladies say, "I'm the prize. I'm the prize." You're not. Never was. How can you be the prize if you're not paying all the bills? How can you be the prize if you're not providing for the household, including the man? How can you be the prize if you're not willing to die for him and the family and protect them? Being the first defense, or better yet, because a lot of people don't like the physical protection argument because there's no rebuttal for it. So let's be versatile, ladies. Here's why you're not the prize, and I say this respectfully. When it comes to protection, you're not willing to protect a man physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially to the same level as what is expected for a man to do. And that's okay. Everybody has their own role on this planet. Men have their role, women has their role. And it's okay, ladies. We still love you. It's just that, no offense. Now, with this question, now Ali said both are the prizes. No. Now, Ali did clarify when he said once upon a time he would have said the men the prize, and a little bit longer he might have said the women were the prize. Now he said that both are the prizes, and he went on a nice little soliloquy based off of that. Marriage is a prize. Kids, such and such. Yeah, I hear you. Yes, but at the same time, the answer is no. It's either one or the other. And typically it's men. Men are providers. Men are protectors. And women and children are the women and children benefit off of the man's prevention and protection. So I hear Ali and I respect him, Ali, but he's wrong on that. It's only one, and it's the man. And Mommy 3 put out this in that segment, the difference between protection and control. Whew, that's a good one. The difference between protection and control. Truth be told, you need both. Now, when it comes to protection for the men, Our job is to be proactive versus reactive. We can do both, but we rather be proactive. We rather control you and tell you where you can go, where you can't go, how to dress, how not to dress, how to conduct yourself, how not to conduct yourself, how to talk to people, how not to talk to people. Some lady are saying, ew, that's misogynistic. My response, ew, suck my dick. We control the ones we have to protect because we want to be proactive versus reactive. A long time ago, my wife was being facetious when she said that she was joking. I laughed at her, of course, but I didn't really think about it, what she said. Like she said, you never defend me like all these other people. And I laugh at that. But truth be told, the reason why I don't defend like those other people is because they defend after the fact. They defend during the fact, majority of the time. Where me, of course I have the benefit of my size and just a couple of techniques to take somebody out if I have to. The the fact of the matter is, if I know there's going to be danger, if I know there's going to be potential danger, I'm going to come up with contingency plans to make sure we don't have to worry about that. And another form of control, and I put that in air quotes with my wife and I, prior to the pandemic, of course, we used to go in the grocery store shopping. But with me being at work, I got to find another way to protect her. And we still got to get stuff in the house done. So when it comes to grocery shopping, instead of walking in that grocery store by herself, especially with my son, why don't you do curbside? Order ahead of time, so that way you're limiting the chances of a threat happening. I didn't say foolproof, but you're limiting it to the best, um, to the as possible, protect yourself from a potential threat. Instead of going in the grocery store and being followed, why don't you do curbside pickup? Get there, grab your stuff, and go. And not only, here's another form of protection, which reminds me I need to go buy that battery. Um, my wife has an AirTag. Granted, the AirTag was initially mine, but she went to out of town for work. I gave her that AirTag on her key. So that way, if something was to happen, I know exactly where she at, and I'm on my way. Those are forms of protection. That's a form of control. She knows. She knows that. She has no problem with that. You know why she has no problem with that? Because she has been in my protection officially for the last 6 years, in totality, 9.5 years that I've been protecting that woman. So yes, technically there's a difference between control and protection, but they go so hand in hand together. No man is going to protect a woman that he cannot control, and people gotta stop taking offense to the word control. Go read the dictionary and get over yourself. Now, last question before we go to the final commercial break. You should be able to tell your partner everything. No, just no. No, 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 no. Lie of omission, don't give a damn. Do not tell her everything. It depends on the person that you decide to be with. Sometimes lie to omission will be the best option depending on the subject. If you know your significant other has a weak heart, excuse me, you know that certain truths can cause a reaction and it will be the beginning of the end of the relationship. That doesn't mean keep everything for your partner, but don't tell him everything. Ladies and gentlemen, that is so true. I know women say honesty is the best policy. Liars. Big liars, big cappers, cap. That's what they are. Um, Women can't handle the truth. I'm pretty sure that if there's a woman in the audience or who want to put in a comment that men can't handle the truth, you're more than welcome to put that in the comment section. You're more than welcome to click the link and enjoy the panel. But yeah, women cannot handle the truth. And I mean all women cannot handle the truth. Just because you don't wild out when you initially hear it or you keep a straight face, that doesn't mean internally there's a volcano eruption going on. You don't have to tell your significant other everything. Let me use me and my wife again. We talk every day while I'm at work. Matter of fact, we talk a little bit more now than before, and I really enjoy those conversations. I don't tell my wife every single thing that goes on at my job. Some of y'all know, well, if you guys see me in other panels, you'll see what I do for a living. Some of y'all know what I do for a living, how many hours a week I got to put in. I don't tell my wife everything. I don't. The reason why I don't tell my wife everything is because that woman is going to worry to death. There's some things. I've been in the security field since September of 2014. Whether it be non-commissioned or commission. And the difference is non-commissioned, I can't hold no firearm. Commission, I'm actually licensed in the state of Texas to hold a firearm. On my non-commissioned days, I have seen some shit. I have been involved with some shit. I have been involved and usually for the most part, I don't tell her all the things that go on. It's like the gangs that I went up against or I had to encounter, excuse me. And just a lot of things. And the only reason why I told her about two major incidents that happened at the mall is because the news cameras were outside. And my wife is an ABC 13 viewer. If I didn't tell her that, the reporter would, and that wasn't going to be no cakewalk of a conversation. So that's the only reason why I told her. Other than that, most of the things that go on my job, I don't tell her. It has to be like super light. Like I'm talking about like, well, I can't, I'm still employed, so I can't tell you what happened today. But yeah, you don't tell your significant other everything because they cannot handle it. And oh yeah, and in that conversation, I normally hate talking about this, but I never had this conversation on YouTube, and I'm having now. This body count conversation. First of all, let me actually let me tell you what I believe. Well, actually, let me answer. Well, respond to what Anton said. He said when it comes to high body count, the number is 1, meaning she has to be a virgin. And of course, Anton can say that because of his relationship with his wife, salute to Rita. Here's why I have a problem with that statement for the most part. I don't mind a man telling what his version of a high body count is. In this case, Anton says 1. I said, all right, cool. You can say that as long as your number, as long as you keep the same energy for yourself. What does that mean? Anton said your body count needs to be 1. I would say that's cool. If she has to be a virgin, so do you. Here's why I say that. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know my body count. I lost count after 20. Yep, I lost count after 20. So when I was first broached with that conversation, they tried to ask me what a high body count is. I told them I don't know. I really don't, because I don't even know my body count numbers. So who am I to judge another woman? Like hold her to a standard that I couldn't hold myself. Especially if she's the type of person that's willing to turn her life around. Because here's my take on the body count, and I don't like when this question is approaching the dating market. No man should really ask a woman what her body count is. Not one. Now, as a man, if that information happens to fall in your lap, handle it accordingly. And here's the best way you do that. Depending on how many people that she slept with, will determine the mentality of where she had in her life at that current moment to do that. You just got to figure out the time you slept with X amount of men. Where were you mentally then, and where are you mentally now? If she's still in the same wavelength, then you might need to consider leaving her where you found her, or go putting her back where you found her. But honestly, y'all, I don't care about the body count conversation unless if you're talking about mentality. Like mentally, you have to be on a whole different level to sleep with a lot of people. In my opinion, men or women, doesn't matter. And Lord knows what type of level I was at when I slept with more than 20 people. So who am I to go to tell a woman, oh, you can't sleep with this many people. You can't sleep with that many people. It's like I'll be a full-fledged hypocrite. I can't do that personally. So I hear what Anton say that you have to sleep like anything more than one, or a woman sleeping with one guy. It's a high body count. Yeah, that's cool. But how many people have you slept with? And I know the consensus is it's different for men. You keep going to that Bible. Tell me how's it different? And I rock with Anton. I love him to death. But it's like, come on, we gotta be fair. We gotta keep the same energy. Whatever I hope for myself, I gotta hope for everybody else. And like I said, I have more than 20 body counts. Granted, I'm married. I don't have to worry about this conversation ever. But if I'm in the market, I'm not asking that question. Personally, I'm not asking that question. Now the answer's gonna fall in your lap. And the only thing you have to do is find out mentally where she at right now. And if she's in that same bad, negative mental state, kick her to the street. If not, if she put that behind her and she want to start afresh and start new, I say you owe that to her and give that to her. That's just me. So that was all world reaction. Now, for my wrestling fans, I promise you guys, I'll give you guys a WWE update. Let me just pay this one last bill there. We're gonna head out. Why did my screen freeze? The Lord have mercy. We need a. The sooner I get a MacBook, the better. All right, y'all. Today's episode is brought to you by Wavilio. We are looking to update your wardrobe. It's time to get out what you used to and just switch things up. For the ladies, I got a variety of options, whether it be purses, sunglasses, scarf, everything you want there. And men, don't worry, there's something there for you. When it comes to watches, they got you right there. When it comes to your chains and beanies, they got you there. Everybody know I have my two beanies. I have my tribal necklace. I wear that travel necklace everywhere I go outside of the house at this point because I like to represent it and it does look good for me. So I encourage you guys to click the link in the description, go to a video, fill up the shopping carts, and when you do, don't forget to use the promo code BTSI for 50% off. Again, that is BTSI for 50% off. Like I said, I promise my wrestling fans, I got you guys. Real quick, just one update, then we're gonna go to bed. With WWE, like I said, the rumors of them selling to Saudi Arabia. Like I said, it might just a rumor right now. We nothing's confirmed, although WWE has denied it. That's the only thing we can go based on that. But although that was the case, the word spread quickly. And like I said, if WWE sells to the Saudi Arabians, the issue is because of their practices and their personal beliefs, it's going to violate the wrestlers' free will. You have wrestlers who are in the LGBTQIA community. You have wrestlers who have Syrian ties politically, or them being Syrian through ethnicity. And you'll notice that there are some performers who did not go to Saudi Arabia to perform. And some were not allowed to come, or some people just as support chooses not to go. And now, here's a rumor. Like I said, this is a rumors as well, although I do believe this is a lot more true if you think about it, based off of what I explained to everybody. If Vince sign, if that ink dries to that Saudi Arabian deal, the wrestler's gonna engage a walkout, and I believe them. You're violating people's freedom of will, civil rights, whatever you call it. They will walk out. You will have wrestlers gonna walk out. Now, that being stated, here's where the business side of me comes in. The wrestlers who are gonna walk out are a handful. I can replace that handful. And there are wrestlers, particularly in Saudi Arabia, who can fill in the gaps. You got to see the risk outweighs the reward. And with the company being worth $6 billion, and there is a country that's willing to pay that money, maybe a little bit more, business is business. So I'm sorry for the Sonya Deville, who is open LGBTQI wrestlers. I feel sorry for Sami Zayn, who has Syrian in his blood. And keep in mind, Sami is easily a top 5 draw in WWE. Saudi Arabia don't want nothing to do with them. So, like I said, I feel sorry for them because their rights are being violated, but at the same time, business is business. Although they deny they're being sold to Saudi Arabia, I don't believe them. They're just waiting for the ink to dry, and they're just waiting for a couple of pieces to fall in place. That's what I believe. But I got to stay alleged because I'm not trying to get sued. And as far as the wrestlers, they will boycott. They will stage a walkout. There's plenty of places Vince could have sold his company. Why Saudi Arabia? I would never know. You could have easily sold this to Peacock, Comcast, or whatever the case may be. You got the WWE Network on Peacock. I know you got the WWE Network on Peacock. I got Peacock, and we're all going to be here on June 28th for the live stream of Royal Rumble. So I would say I hope Vince knows what he's doing, but I think this is all being vindictive. What do I mean by that? I think he's just selling. If he's selling the company out of spite for whatever reason. Well, okay. How much time I got? Okay, here's what I think. Let's start from the beginning. I do believe Vince was going to sell the company, and when his ex got whiff of that, they tried to stop that business deal. They couldn't because Vince is a majority share owner of WWE and he has voting rights of 86%. So you're screwed right there. So what does the WWE have? They knew $12 million was missing and they had to do a investigation on that. I personally believe they knew that the whole time and they were just holding on to it just in case. To use it's the Joker card when to use it. They found the right time to use it. And that's when they was able to get Vince to exit the company 8 months ago. My thing is this. If you're going to use that tactic, make sure you take away his shares by buying him out. And you take away his voting power. They didn't do that. That's why Vince was able to take that 8 months vacation and come back, flex his power, and now he can sell the company out of being spiteful. That is, and for the record, that's my hypothesis. I'm not saying that's what's going on. I'm not saying what has happened. If I had to guess, I put the word guess using hypothesis. I believe he's selling the company out of spite. And although with him being spiteful, he's able to make a pretty penny out of it. So that's just what I believe. There's no proof to what I'm saying. I have no evidence to back that up. I'm just taking an educated guess from the outside looking in. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That was All World Reaction. Want to take a moment and thank you guys for tuning in. As far as the advertisement goes, some people are saying, why am I posting advertising like this? because whenever I get the free chance, the free time, I'm gonna still make the videos. But I kind of like the format I did, but we'll see. But just changes are coming. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm gonna break down this video tomorrow morning, and we're gonna have it ready for the public. But before you guys get out of here, do me a favor, like and subscribe to my YouTube page. Follow me on all my social media accounts. If you would like to make a donation, $ the B.TS show from my Cash App. Participants waive all the rights to privacy. We are still on the road to 1,000 subscribers, ladies and gentlemen. Once we reach that goal, one lucky person is going to get $100. Just one lucky person. And so you guys know I'm a man of my words. We are 50 subscribers away from 500. I will give away $50 to one lucky person once we reach that goal. And also, my apologies. I've been busy. I've been occupied. I will put an article. I just have to make sure I get some things in order. But please, I have other articles there. Please go to the B.TS Show website, www.thebtsshow.com, and check out all the links that are located in the description before you guys head out. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is the B.TS Show. I am your host, Christopher J. I will talk to you guys later. I will be in the YouTube streets later on, uh, well, today. So y'all stay tuned. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out.